Okay, I think we should start now. So, in today's lesson, we'll be learning about political parties. So, first, we'll do some review about what we learned last week, some key points, and then we'll continue and learn about party planks. And then the political spectrum, we'll jump into that. And then finally, we'll learn about third parties. So, let's review the Constitutional Convention. It was held to revise the Articles of Confederation. If you don't remember, it was the old document that was um, that founded the U.S. government, and it created too weak of a central government, so they had to revise it. And it created three main compromises. The first one being the Connecticut or the Great Compromise, which created a bicameral legislature. Then the second one, the Electoral College, which created a new way to elect the president, and the Three-Fifths Compromise, which basically said 3 out of 5 slaves counted as a person in taxation and representation. And then finally, the framers ended up writing the U.S. Constitution instead of revising the articles. Um, let's review the Constitution. So it's the highest law of the land. The government gets all its powers from it. It has 7 articles. We're not going to jump too deep about um, what each of the articles include. There's 27 amendments. If you're curious about those, I posted a thing on Google Classroom. You can go check it out. And it created a great divide when it was made between the Federalists who supported the Constitution and the Anti-Federalists who were against it. So these are the 10 Bill of Rights. I'm not gonna, you can read it if you want or screenshot it here, but I'm not gonna dive too deep into it since I already talked about it last week. Okay, so let's talk about the two ideologies in the US. They're not to be confused with parties like Democrats and Republicans. They're liberals. Um, they are left on the political spectrum, and they typically align with the Democrat Party. And then there are conservatives, which are right on the political spectrum, and they typically align with the Republican Party. So we're gonna learn about what causes each of them support right now. So this is the Democratic planks. So a plank is like what they are currently trying to fight for. So the Democrats are fighting for climate change, pro-choice, they're for abortion, gun control, so the limit gun use in the U.S., equal rights. They're against death penalty, and they generally have higher taxes. They like to, if you like don't know Bernie Sanders, he likes to tax the rich, I guess. So they generally like to tax the more wealthy and then um, allow the money to go to help those in need. And then here's the Republican planks. They want to protect the Second Amendment, so they want gun rights. They are pro-life, against abortion. They generally tend they generally support less government spending. They're interested in securing the border, like not allowing illegal immigration. They generally give lower taxes, and it's normally like equal, so like they tax the rich the same as the less wealthy, and they are interested in protecting traditional values. So here's our political spectrum here. Um, so we're gonna place some well-known politicians on here. So first we have Bernie Sanders. He's really far on the left. He's really liberal, and we got Joe Biden, who you all should know him. He's a candidate for the 2020 election. He's more moderate in the middle than Bernie here. And then we got our president, Donald Trump. He's more Republican here, but um, Mike Pence is even more conservative than Donald Trump. So here we have the state, what party the states support. So if you notice here, like the coast, they typically support Democrats, and then like the middle section typically supports Republican, and purple means swing state, which means they vary each election. So we have Florida here, Ohio. Um, I don't know what that state is, but it's also a swing state. Uh, so here's a link. If you want to find out your political party, you can take this quiz here. If you answer all the questions, it gives you a general idea of where you are on the political spectrum. So if you're interested in that and you have time, feel free to check that out. So let's talk about third parties. So there are more than one. I mean, there are more political parties in the U.S. other than Democrats and Republicans. And however, these are rare, and candidates. Sorry, hold on. My sister. My sister's being loud. Let me mute myself. Ooh. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that, guys. My sister, she was being really loud. So, normally these parties are rare, and candidates of third parties almost never get elected into office. So, our past presidents were always like Democrat or Republican. Republican, like there's rarely ever one that's like a third party. One of the third parties is the Libertarian Party. So they typically lean towards the Republican side when concerning economics. Like they want lower taxes and don't want government involvement in the economy, like the Republicans, but lean towards the Democrat side when concerning social liberties. So they're pro civil liberties and anti war. So one of the members of the Libertarian Party, a popular politician, is Gary Johnson, who was a member of the Libertarian Party and ran for president in both 2012 and 2016, but obviously he didn't win. Here's the seal here. It's a little hedgehog, which I think is really cute. And then we got the Green Party. So they're really extremely environmentally conscious. They lean towards the Democrat side in social liberties. They seem to be even more liberal than the Democrats, and so they're more to the left on the political spectrum. And they're anti-capitalist and support socialism. So Howie Hawkins, co-founder of the Green Party, he seems to be in the lead right now to run for president in the election this year, just based on the popular vote. And then finally, we've got the Constitution Party. So they're very, very, very conservative. So they're really far on the right here. They support paleo conservatism, which stresses the importance of Christian morals and American nationalism in normal conservatism. And according to the popular vote, Don Blankenship is on track to be the candidate for the Constitution Party. So that's all for today. Um, I might post the test later, but I'll definitely post these slides and the recording for this video if you need a review. And if you are interested or you're bored, definitely go check this out. Um, so to give you a general idea of what who you want to vote for when you're of voting age. Okay. So if anyone has any questions, you can type it in the chat and I'll answer them. Oh, no problem. Thank you. Thank you for coming, everybody. If you have any more questions after, you can email me here, anyazang5@gmail.com. Oh, you're welcome. Um, so if you have any questions on the lesson, this is my email. If you have any questions on like about Myri-Ed in general, you can email. I'll type it in the chat here again. Just the Myri-Ed email. The chat. Okay. Um, Myri education. So if you have any questions about the program itself, you can email that email. If you have any questions about the lesson, you can email my email here. Um, I don't know. Do you guys want a test or not? Because I didn't even make one yet, but I definitely can if you guys want to see how much you understand.